One of the existing problems that our country is facing right now is COVID-19. Ang daming hearsays, information here and there. But who knows it better than a doctor himself? Ladies and gentlemen, today at SLL, makakasama natin ang isang doktor by profession, isang general surgeon. Let us all welcome. We have here Dr. Lesmes Chan LUMEN. This is DJ Jaja, and this is Stop, Look, and Listen. Doc, kumusta? Good morning!
Yes, Jaja. Good morning, gihapon.
How is Dr. Lumen doing? Yan na ang panahon nitong pandemya.
Habag kaya na animanggut kita na atubang hining bulig iton aton mga mulupyo parte iton kontra iton COVID-19 at sinisirang fight against COVID.
Yes, Doc.
So amo tot pag nakakabisya ako niya na.
Marka, Doc, because damo ito nagkakagawas ng mga information, ng mga video, kung ano-ano la. Social media is very powerful right now, Doc. So I guess this is the right time gihapon to shed some light hito na aton katawhan kung ano ba talaga itong COVID-19. Let's stop for a while, Doc. Kumustahon natin itong real situation yan na COVID-19, not just in the Philippines, but here in Eastern Visayas.
Hapag kaya na din niya aton probinsya Leyte. Makakasiranggad ako nga there's a rise and fall hiton aton statistics. Kay amon gin nakikita yan ang graph. So sometimes naabot kita 200 plus, in fact lately nag 300, pero pagkasunod dito na fall down iton numbers. So amon na considering there's a rise and fall iton aton statistics on COVID-19 din Leyte. But overall I would say that manageable iton aton COVID cases din na probinsya. So meaning at distributed manggod ini mga iba-iba nga munisipyo nga anaton mga local chief executives nananalikamot nga makontrol dito palahaira munisipyo. So that's why baga diri good baga sering pa baga naglalarab hinduro din nga bugos nga probinsya.
I see, Doc. Kasi some people actually sugarcoat it, some people overreact nga. It results sometimes to panic, sometimes gihapon itong mga tao baga namamanhid nala kay baga para ira normal nala. So it's really important, no, Doc, that we know the real score itong COVID-19. Itong tinuod ba nga nahihina po diniha Eastern Visayas sa Leyte to be particular. Now, is it getting worse? Are we getting better than when it started? So hamo po ito dila itong pakiana to kay.
I would say, Jaja, na as I earlier said nga it is manageable as of this time. I wouldn't say that it is getting worse nor it is getting better. Kaya nakokontrol tamang gihapon bisan ko nahataas it kaso kay saring ko pa distributed man iton kada munisipyo. So for as long as we follow protocols, I don't see any reason in magpapanik or masusubok kita iton aton kabutangan niya. We just have to follow protocols.
I see, Doc. So definitely the control is adalagi hapon itong mga tao and
Yes.
how they respond. So looking back, so let's look, Doc. Looking back from when it started, if may ada kita mga butang siguro, Doc, nga ginhimo para diri na kita umabuti ni nga situation naton yan na. What do you think are those things?
Siyempre, we all know that ining COVID-19, especially din niya Eastern Visayas, it's almost 1.5 year nga ani niya aton. And since then up to now, we have been doing a lot. And in fact, we are focusing all our health programs towards this direction, pag-fight against this COVID-19. Siyahan, naghimo kitahin mga protocols nga papasunod ang mga katauhan, which our respective LGUs, our respective local chief executives and our rural health physicians are implementing themselves. So may dahini ginsusunod niya protocol. And the province also is supporting this this move of every local government units, from the giving of mga medicines, mga interventional materials like alcohol, mask, like that, etc. And then the promotional aspect on the parte ito, social distancing, wearing of masks, using soap and water, like that. Those are things that we have been disseminating to all our local government units para gihapon makantuhan mga hamasa. Now, since we have been also doing contact tracing, so ang mga bungto nga nagkukulang hin na mga contact tracers, we send them additional personnel.
Okay.
And then swabbing, we have been supporting also the swabbing procedures and aton mga LGUs. And right now we are into vaccinations.
Okay.
So iniya na ang vaccination program, all geared towards COVID-19. Ginbuburbligan gihapon ini. Kung ano man ang naabot nga vaccines nga ni aton probinsya, we try to allocate them ngadto mga bungto-bungto, especially to those who have the high number of cases ang bungto. Ang mga gurugot nga bungto which have lesser number of cases, baga again oororin naton smaller number of vaccines ang naabot, but we focus more dito baga durudag ko para matagan hin bulig or assistance ngan remedyo hanaton mga agtaas and incidence ng COVID.
Speaking of vaccination, sorry Doc, but I'll have to ask this question because a lot of people are worried about it. Ngan, usag gihapon siguro init nagiging rason kung kay may mga tao nga hesitant lagi hapon pagpabakuna. And they say like, is it true na after 2 years magiging zombie po ang tanan nga nabakunahan?
Diyan amo ito nga nito na aton gin kung papakurugusog iton information drive. Kaya we do realize nga ang damo and especially at the initial stage of this vaccination program nga damo na diri pagpabakuna.
Yes,
tungod ito nga baga hurub-hurub nga sanay pa maging zombie. But that is totally false, no?
Okay.
Oo, kaya studies from other countries and nauna pa yun para man ito may nahitabo. So adala ito mga creations like ituhin mga imaginative minds o nga baga masaring nga magiging zombie. But we get all the benefits of the vaccination para dili kita matakdan hining COVID-19. More especially aton mga senior citizens, no? Kay they are part of the vulnerable groups. And once they get COVID, dako iton posibilidad iton kamatay or grabe iton sakit. So we do more campaign for vaccinations. Pero nakikita man naton lot siya na nga the number is increasing.
Yes,
it's increasing.
Definitely.
Kay nakakasabot na hira iton bintaha iton hining vaccination.
Okay, Doc. So, at least natagan na ito clarity, So, diri kita magiging zombie. Anyway, Doc, let's go to like a cliche question. If we can turn back time, ngan may bubuhaton kita, or may i-change kita na butang, para diri na kita umabot hini nga situation naton kapag taga COVID-19, what do you think ang mga butang nga atong hihimuon?
Adjadja, maaram naman kita nga ini nga COVID-19 nagtikang manggod niya China. No? Kung aton ibabalik ngadto katinikangan, knowing severity ini nga virus nga nakakapekto ng tao, siyahan, we could have closed our borders. We should have babantayan ang aton mga borders, especially from people coming from other countries, especially China, from the very start. In fact, pag-abot na hito din aton ha province of Leyte, in fact din ha Eastern Visayas, we tried our best also to man the entries with security officers, policemen para makontrol ang pagsusulod mga tao nga tika nga ibang lugar. That was one thing we should have done. Ginistriktuhan ang pagsulod. Pero we couldn't help it because ang tao manggod may da naton sinisiling the right to move about, no? We just have to regulate. So bisan kun pupugnan ini nga mga tao pagsulod, may da mga regulasyon niya ipapatuman era, like coming in with the negative PCR test, no? O coming in nga warera symptoms.
Yes.
So ginistriktuhan unta ito that time. Pero amo na akong siring nga dito manggo dito kapupugan, may dagod lagi nakakasulod. So that was one thing we should have done early on.
Since we're discussing about COVID-19, baga humarayo na ang aton orostoryahon, pero damo lagi hapon it mga tao nga diri maaram kung ano ba talaga itong COVID-19. Basta magmamask la ako para diri magka-COVID. But diri talaga hira maaram do kung ano COVID-19, ano kumbaga scientific explanation about this one. And I guess it's time for us to know kung ano ba talaga itong COVID-19 from an expert. So it's time for us to listen. Doc, what is COVID-19?
This COVID-19, pagkaamo na lang ang ginhimo nga termino, pagtini nga sakit COVID-19. But it all points to a virus which we call a coronavirus. So, which can be carried through the respiratory system itong tao. It is carried from on the air kama na i-inhale itong tao nga naapektar itong lungs, itong aton system. Now, we know from the very beginning, it's an RNA virus nga saring pa nga puro pareho itong mga flu virus o ganito nga iba ang effect sa lawas. So, ada ito na kukuha ha respiratory system, naapektar ito naton lungs, nga kundi rin mataganhin pag panguntra o medisina, amo ito nakakapaggrabe itong sakit. Now, if we go into details, baga makuri na ito maintindihan, pero saring pa, para in layman's term, amo ito itong epekto itong hindi nga COVID-19 nga ditong lawas si tao. Kay if we all know or if we are aware of itong kaurog nga nasasakit ini nakakaadahin na makuri nga pagginhawa. Ira oxygenation na ira lungs or aton lungs medyo na habubo. So that's why that is one thing kinahanglan i-monitor. Kay once this virus goes into the lungs, nakakaada ito ng mga effect ito natigate lungs. That's why nasa rin kita nga nakakause pneumonia. Now once pneumonia sets in, ada na kita ito dida magkukuri pagtambal. So in fact antibiotics and then iniyan ng antivirals ang sinisiring remdesivir. That is one important drug that came out. May na panganiw sa ito and tocilizumab, something like that. Nga latest ito nga na-discover pag tambal hini nga pag go against this virus. So hopefully we can still find some other drugs or medicines nga directly makakasugpo inin coronavirus.
Okay, Doc. Let's go to itong mga ospital puno. Some people cannot afford pagpatambal itong COVID-19. And some people right now are actually doing their home remedies. I don't know if it's like advised, or is there really any home remedies that the doctors can give advice itong mga tao para diri na magka-ospital or diri na magka-COVID? What do they do?
Yes, we are doing that. In fact, that's part of our campaign nga diha mga munisipyo through our rural health physicians nga adton may mga simptomas in respiratory infection. Kay tungod din nga COVID, din naman most likely it could be symptoms on COVID. So sasagdudan na ito hira siyahan diri magdinakat to stay home para diri maglarab itong virus. Second, kung may sipon ubo, maghimoy rin steam inhalation, no? Kumbaga nasibo pa nila binubot pagtuog para ang kapasuhan steam nga masulod na ginhawa makakapugong iton paglarab iton virus. That is through the nose or through the pharynx, no? Now another thing is paglimugmug, paggargle using ordinarily water with salt 3 times a day, or kung makakapalitin betadine mouthwash, that is much better. O kay antiviral, antibacterial gihapon ito 3 times a day gihapon. And then plenty of water and eat healthy food. Also, we advise them to take vitamin C at 1 gram per day, and this vitamin B12 instead of sunlight. Pero kung expose ka sunlight, okay lang ito. Pero kung diri, then pwede ka mag-take in vitamin B3 pag pakurukusog ito ang immunity itong tao. So these are practical things that we can do didi balay atong pamilya. So kung baga diri mag-progress itong symptoms, then that's good enough. Confinement lang didi balay. Pero if the symptoms persist and it goes more severe, then you have to go to a hospital, especially kung nagkukuri pag ginawa, para makasupport in oxygen.
Doc Lumen, thank you very much. You know what? Amo talaga init kinahanglan hiton mga tao ini nga impormasyon parte pagtaga home remedies, because some are doing this right, some are doing this wrong. And what's important is we got the advice from someone who is very expert about this. Now, Doc, before we wrap up, before we end up this interview, I want to take this opportunity to ask you, medyo show busy, what's next with Dr. Lumen?
That's a good question and very timely. I've been in politics for quite some time, 23 years at that. 27 years practically.
Tagal.
And na-stop line ito end na akong term. Now, nakasulod ako health, provincial health office. Ngayon, na-timingan nga nagsigya naton pag-kontrahin niya COVID-19. Now, and I have already retired from government service, and seeing the situation, di damong bungko, damo ang naghato na ako to go back to politics. So right now, that is my direction. Very soon, magpa-filing naman, I might I might file my candidacy for mayor gihapon na lapas.
Wow. That's something to look forward, Doc.
Thank you, Jaja.
You're welcome. But anyway, Doc, before siguro tapusin natin, any final message to the people? Diba? Please take this opportunity to encourage people para finally matapos na gihapon nini nga atong pagtaga COVID-19.
Para katawhan, especially din sa province of Leyte, Digan kita hindi problema if we follow protocols, if we discipline ourselves, nga magsunod kita and higin pa sunod aton like wearing of mask, stay at home, social distancing, then enough rest, and mga sugad hindi nga mga protocols. Kaya these are ways nga makokontrol naton ini nga aton COVID-19 din na provincial Leyte. And we do appreciate ito, ginihimo ito natin mga local civil executives. Hanira mga pamaagi pagbulig ang katawhan. So we just have to discipline ourselves and follow protocols. Then I think very soon we will end this pandemic.